Huddle is brought to you by Canadians Destination Centre Fort Garry, Tavern United Fort Garry, a new world sports pub. Watch your favorite games on 2 brand new 70-inch monitors on our patio located at 1824 Pembina Highway in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Huddle. It's another edition. This is edition 4, correct? Am I right?
Yes,
it's edition 4 for the brand new season. John Mackey and Bo Mackey, my co-hosts today. Hey, Bo's first show.
Yeah.
What position's Bo playing these days?
He's pretty much playing left tackle for right now.
Hey, bud. Yeah, he's a pretty happy guy.
Saves his mom from everything, so he's got her blind side.
Got the blind side. Yeah. John Mackey, we have a very, very busy show. We have Ryan Carhut and Spencer Rich are coming in.
Hey, they're right on the verge of making the playoffs.
Right on the verge.
Great.
Wouldn't it be great if the Rifles made it?
It's awesome.
Yeah, Ryan's done a remarkable job turning that thing around. Number 2, we have 2 young JV players coming in from the River East Kodiaks. We haven't met a lot of JV players, so we got a couple. Robert Lucier, who was JV last year, JV player, defensive player of the year, now playing with the AA team at St. Paul's.
Yeah.
So he's in, and then we got the guys from the North Winnipeg Nomads, Coach Dan and his quarterback.
Riley Williams.
You okay?
Bless you. Riley Williams, that's
Braden DeJarlis, Rain Slater, all those guys.
That's a fantastic
It's a
football
great team, and Riley Francie, the quarterback, is coming in. So we got a very, very busy show. When did you start playing football?
It's just pretty much the gear right now.
Just it's getting the uniform.
He's starting to grab the football toy.
Yeah,
But
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yep.
Yeah, he's drooling a lot like Ray Lewis.
He sure is.
He's looking for a quarterback to chase down. Oh, give me that quarterback. I want him bad. He's gonna be a middle linebacker.
Yeah,
he is not going to be a quarterback.
No.
John Mackey and his middle linebacker, Bo Mackey, my co-host today. This is the Huddle. We got a busy show. It's coming right up. It's community created on Shaw TV, and we're coming right back. Bye, Bo. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Huddle. Ryan Carhut, to my far right, has been on this program a number of times. Great to have you back.
Thanks a lot, Scott.
And congratulations on a really good season. 3-4. I know you're not happy as the head coach with that record, but this is a team that's had its struggles, and you've kind of turned things around. It's really been an impressive year, and it's been fun to watch your team play.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
And Spencer Rich.
Yeah, Rich.
Somebody said to me it was Riche. It's R-I-C-H-E, correct?
Yeah.
But it's Rich.
Yeah, E's silent.
Carhut, the J silent. Tell me a little bit about your background, because you've had a tremendous season. Watching your stats all year long, tell us where you come from and how you ended up with the Rifles.
From Brandon, Manitoba. I played all high school, and the year after
At
I went
Massey?
Yeah, Vincent Massey, Brandon.
For Kevin Grindy?
My first couple years, yes, Grindy, and then Coach Steve's took over.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then the year after, I went out to VI to play junior out there, and then came back, and last year I didn't play at all, and then decided just to keep playing football and came out to the Rifle Spring Camp.
Now tell us the decision to go to VI and then the decision to come back, because those are big decisions.
I went out just to kind of get away, to move out and see, I guess, different parts.
Exotic,
Yeah,
something different.
get away.
Yeah.
And just kind of came back, work, and then just didn't bother going back out.
Have you enjoyed your experience this year with the Rifles?
Yeah, I've had a great time. It's been a lot of fun.
You've played well.
Yeah.
That really helps too. It helps when you play good football. Ryan, you came into this program, and when we had our first discussion, boy, it's almost a year ago now.
Yeah.
Your job was to, quote unquote, change the character, turn this program around. How do you feel you've moved forward with what you knew was kind of your mandate?
We're getting there. It's a bit of a steeper curve than I thought it would be. I thought the transition would be a little bit quicker and a little bit easier, but it's definitely guys like Spencer Rich who are really helping us out. I mean, I think when I was on the show, I talked about the 2 things that we were going to do is protect our quarterback and get after theirs. He's doing a great job doing the other part, because I think he's about around 8 sacks already this year.
I think 8 or 9, yeah.
And he just had 3 in the last game, so he's been doing a pretty good job of that. But the character part has actually been kind of interesting. A lot of our vets who I didn't expect so much out of have been giving us more than I thought. And I've been disappointed, obviously, by a couple guys too. But
really?
I think the transition's getting there. And
that's the one thing I've always liked about you is you don't hold anything back. Is you're not going to lie about guys.
No, not at all. And I'm pretty tough on our guys. I think I feel like I pushed them pretty hard. And I really don't give them too many days off or anything like that. But I think we're starting to get there and we're starting to understand. And one thing I talked about after I think every loss this year, and Spencer could even qualify that, is just that I wish we'd understand or believe how good we can be. because we have so much
And
talent
you
on our
proved it
team.
last week. You had come off, you'd laid the egg in Regina, and I think a lot of people thought, oh my goodness, what had happened?
Yeah.
And then you bounced back and showed a lot of character last week at home.
Yeah, and the whole week, I just tell the guys, like, that team is not better than you. Like, they thumped us pretty good in Regina, and I was trying to just preach to them, like, they aren't that good. We are a very good football team. We just have to go and act like we are and believe that we are. And they came to our field and our barn, and, we did that. And we went out with a little bit of swagger, and we acted like we belonged. I mean, we beat up the number 2 team in the nation, which is a pretty good feeling.
So you beat up a team like that. You have to figure that you're good enough to win this week and go on and make noise in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Have you enjoyed this experience? Have you
Yes.
enjoyed playing for Ryan?
Absolutely.
What's made it so good?
Just had a lot of fun.
So after taking a year off, after coming back from Vancouver,
Yeah.
this has been better than you expected?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
You can't beat that coming from the players.
No,
Especially the guys getting the job done.
Yeah, and I think a lot of guys, I think the transition period at the beginning was a little bit rougher, and I think kind of winter camps and spring camp was kind of awkward. It was like that first date with a girl that you don't really know. It's a little bit awkward. No one's really quite sure how it goes, but by the time we got to main camp and kind of gone through a couple battles now, and guys kind of see more of what our coaching staff's about and what we're trying to get to, and now the players starting to realize of where we're trying to push them and how to get there properly. It's been a lot of fun seeing them grow. I mean, we win this weekend, we have a chance to finish the second half of the year 3-1.
And that's a huge step for this program.
Very big.
So tell us about this weekend. What's going to happen?
Oh,
What do you want to see happen? And I know the word is blowout, blah, 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 but what do you expect from this football game?
It's going to be a slugfest. They did a very good job of running the ball against us the first time we played them, and that's where we got to shut them down. If we can take that away from them and force them to beat them with their quarterback, we got a good chance to win the game. And offensively, we just got to keep the ball in our possession. We got to do a good job of controlling the game like we did against Regina. And that, a guy like Ryan Marsh and Rivers and Goodrich, you think you want to throw the ball a lot, but the trick is actually just to control the game with the run, and then you use play action pass and stuff after that.
I mean, you've got a number of guys who can run the football with Mattis kind of leading the way.
Yeah, I think we've got 3 in the top 6 or something like that in the conference, and Blair Mattis is really coming out of his shell right now. The last 3 games, he's been phenomenally productive for us.
And a huge step for an 18-year-old kid right out of high school.
Yeah, which is more than what we expected from him, to be honest. I mean, two 100-yard games in the last 3 games. His other one was like 86 yards, I think it was. So he's been doing a very good job of coming downhill, being physical, and getting first downs for us.
Spencer Rich, Ryan Carhut, good luck this weekend. Play well.
Thanks a
When
lot.
do you get on the plane? Oh, you're bussing.
We're bussing.
See ya. Coach Ryan Carhut of the Winnipeg Rifles and Spencer Rich, who had 3 sacks last weekend, has had a great season playing on that defensive line. This is The Huddle. It's community created on Shaw TV. We'll be back with John Mackey. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Huddle. Scott Taylor along with John Mackey. We're here not to talk about the start or the end of the show, which is a rare thing for us, or you doing an interview, or Bo being in backstage. And it's great to have Bo here at the studio. I want to talk to you about Bisons. I'm extremely disappointed.
Yeah.
What happened last week?
Well, I can't say that our coaching staff weren't disappointed as well. I mean, I think we're underachieving in a lot of areas.
That was a team that you were better than that team.
I agree. I mean, they played us tough in when we were in Vancouver, and it took the last second. I think we scored 21 points
in the fourth quarter. Yeah, in the last
9 minutes.
Yeah.
They have our number with these guys, but watching film with all of our key offensive
But this was
players.
one of those games where your defense came up, held them to 28. Now, that doesn't sound like a big deal, but it's Canadian college football, and if you can keep them under 30, you have enough weapons offensively to put 30 points on them.
That's true, and we were, and I don't like making excuses at all, but we were really banged up on the offensive line. We were slotting in, defensive linemen from the opposite side of the football to help us out on the offensive line, but at the end of the day, we still have to do a job, and you can't lose football games like that in that type of capacity. And I know it came right down to that one miscatch by AC, but it's a whole lot of different things that happen throughout the game, and the game plans and everything that we're trying to accomplish from the offensive perspective. We just have underachieved from the UBC game. But again, we got 2 more games left in the season, and we're telling our guys we have to win outright. Back to the drawing board. We went through film, a lot of film. I spent a couple of hours with Jordan just by himself, watching the film, seeing where we can really take advantage of different parts of the defenses that we've faced. We've played everybody in our conference once already, so here we go for the rest of the season, and we have U of S, which is a very, very tough team. Football team, and we're playing them in home. on their home turf, which is always tough to play with the fireworks and everything that they have as displays. And then we also have another tough opponent, that Edmonton, University of Alberta. But we're away for both of these games at the end of the season. So, I mean, at this point, we're just looking to win out and go into the playoffs hot and ready to take on any type of competition that we have, regardless of what the Canada West plays out.
Thanks, Coach. Coach John Mackey, the quarterbacks coach of the University of Manitoba Bisons. We'll be back with more right after this. It's The Huddle, community created on Shaw TV. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Huddle. Scott Taylor, along with my special guests from the River East Kodiaks, as you can tell by their outstanding sweats. Those are nice. To my far right, Dalton Yerricks, who is the center, correct?
Center, defensive tackle.
Center, you never come off the field.
Yeah, we're a small team.
Really, that's a lot of football. And Josh Bevan, who is middle linebacker.
Yeah.
You're just too nice looking to be middle linebacker. All middle linebackers are supposed to look like Ray Lewis.
But then you say them, they think you're nice, you say.
Ah, there you go. So you're fooling them. Tom, Dalton, tell us about your team this year. How are things going?
Well, things haven't gotten off to the best start. We're 1-3, but our team is really good, full of athletic, hard-hitting kids. But the problem is that a lot of times we don't have as much people at practice, which.
So how many players are on the team?
There's about 26.
That's not very big for a football
No,
roster.
it is not.
So no wonder you're playing both ways.
Yeah.
You're running to guys otherwise. Now, do you just play defense?
I play, if there's a big guy hurt, then I play right tackle, and then I play all special teams.
Well, at least one thing about it is you're getting a lot of football.
Yeah.
When you go and play a game, you guys are getting on the field.
Yeah, good cardio on.
Tell me, Dalton, when did you start playing and where did you start playing?
I started playing in the summer of grade 5 to 6, and I started playing with Eastside Eagles.
That's a nice program.
It is.
And your brother's involved with that program too.
He is right now, yes.
I understand, the center on the major team?
Yes.
So he's playing for Sam Arseny and those guys. Panding and Pereira, that's a nice club.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good team. How about you, Josh? When did you start?
I started about going into grade 7. I started at Eagles with him. I was on his team for both 2 years. And we didn't get the best start there either. We were 0-8 and 1-7. But never really been on a good team. Like to get some wins this year.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Tell me, why did you play football? Why did you choose the game?
I don't know. I've always I play hockey. I like the hitting part of that. So I thought football would be good to hit. And I tried.
Well, a middle linebacker, you're certainly getting some hits.
Yeah. I played pretty much.
If you don't, the coach is probably saying something to you.
I played pretty much every sport. I played baseball, lacrosse. Yeah, I played a lot of sports.
So football's part of it. How about you?
I don't know.
Your brother played, right?
Yeah, he played. And
So you figured you might as well go out and knock heads and see what happens.
well, it started off, my brother wanted to play football, and I started off at like soccer and baseball, and then I'm like, football might be kind of fun. And, you know, the hitting and also the cardio, it's a good workout for the summer when you have nothing else to do. So
Well, the
it's
one
great
thing we
fun.
love to do when you have nothing else to do on this show is play 10 questions with my high school guys. You want to play?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna ask one question. Both you guys are gonna answer.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. 10 questions. Number 1, favorite subject in school.
Science.
It changed on the daily.
Does it?
Whatever class.
Whatever class you liked.
Geo, science, math. I don't really care.
Well, yeah, it's nice to like everything though, isn't
Yeah.
it? Your favorite type of music?
Rap.
Same.
You too?
Hip hop.
See, it's the young guys, the older guys. They
Well-
like the old classic rock.
I appreciate all like music, but mostly hip hop and rap.
So your favorite entertainer?
I'm not sure. Maybe like Kevin Hart.
Oh,
or someone.
he's a riot. He's
So
got a
funny.
couple of new movies coming out too.
Oh, yeah.
Will Ferrell.
He's got Anchorman coming back. Can't wait. Favorite movie?
I really like the new Batman movie.
That was pretty good.
Batman.
Yeah,
Friday Night Lights.
of course. Favorite TV show?
Ink Master.
Now, do you have
no-
ink?
No, not yet.
Is that mom or dad?
No one.
No one. Okay.
I have no idea. I watch whatever's on TV.
Favorite sport to play outside of football?
Basketball.
Hockey.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. When you're not playing sports, what do you like to do?
Just hang out with some friends, basically play sports when I'm not playing sports.
Sports.
Just pick up games.
Same thing as him, going to the lake and stuff.
The lake's fun.
Yeah.
Favorite sports team of all time?
The Chicago Bears.
Steelers.
At least you're football guys. Favorite athlete?
I don't know. I really like a lot, but a really good one is Walter Payton.
Yeah, that's Hall of Famer.
Clay Matthews.
I'm not sure he's as good as all the commercials he does, but that's just me. Okay, the big question, the final question. Betty or Veronica?
Betty.
Betty.
I knew you guys were both Bettys. Hey, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
My River East Kodiaks, Josh and Dalton, thanks for coming on. We've got lots more coming up. The Rifles are coming on. John Mackey's coming back. This is The Huddle. It's community created on Shaw TV. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to The Huddle. My guest, as promised, Robert Lucier. A pretty good football player, by the way. The 2011 Minor Bantam Player of the Year with the St. Vital Mustangs, and last year's JV Defensive Player of the Year with the St. Paul's JV Crusaders.
Correct.
And now you're with the Double-A team.
That is correct.
3-2 record. Are you very happy with that? You guys should be better than that, shouldn't you?
I'm pretty content, although we played not such a great game against Grant Park last Friday. We have to bounce back from that.
That's a pretty nice team, though, that Grant Park team.
They are a very good team.
My buddy Joe Aiello tells me that there's some kids on that team can play.
Yes, they're a very talented team, very solid all around, very skilled team. So we have to bounce back from that loss and just keep on playing our game.
Now, you've got a pretty extensive football background because you played in the under-16s with Winnipeg West.
Yes, and actually Winnipeg East the year before.
The year before?
Yeah.
Was that the year you won? Or was that 3 years ago? I get all my dates all mixed up.
That was 3 years ago.
3 years ago. And you're with the Crusaders now.
Yep.
And you play touch football with the Nationals in Regina.
Flag football.
Flag, right. Touch and flag. My apologies to the flag people. Let's go back to the start. When did you start playing football? Where did you start, and why did you start?
I started playing in 2008 for St. Vital. I started mostly because my brother played, and I was kind of interested in playing the sport as well as him.
Was he a good player?
He is a good player. He still plays with the midget team at St. Vital. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's in his 7th year.
All with the midget team at St. Vital?
Yep.
Yeah, I had a great conversation with Chad Nellis, who played all of those years with St. Vital. It's a great organization. It's a great place to start.
Absolutely.
Now, you went through minor Bantam there, and then you go to St. Paul's.
Yep.
Was that the plan, that you wanted to go to St. Paul's and play football there?
It wasn't always the plan, but at the end of minor Bantam, it started to become the plan for my education more than anything else.
So it's a pretty good school.
It's an amazing school.
Do you play anything else other than football?
I play basketball.
JV?
Junior varsity.
Yeah, I'm trying to get all of these teams all together because if you play so many sports, it's easy to get mixed up. Now, tell us about your experience with flag. You played in the flag league, went to the Nationals. Tell us about your flag season.
Well, our flag season went very well for the most part. We went 8-2, which I thought was a pretty good record for us. And then this was only my 2nd year, so going to flag nationals after that was a really amazing experience, going up against the best competition in the country. It was a really great experience in Regina. They had a great hosted event, some great competition.
And you guys played well?
Yeah, we did. We finished 3rd place.
Yeah, that's a pretty good national championship first-time experience. Yeah. Are you going to continue to play flag as you play tackle?
I think I will, yeah, for sure.
Because it really is a lot of fun in the off season, isn't it?
It is a lot.
Yeah, because you get to catch passes and just play defense, and you don't have to hit anybody.
Yeah.
Now, most kids I talk to played football because they liked the hitting.
Yeah.
Was that part of it for you?
That was definitely part of it for me, for sure.
So would we call you, since you've been Defensive Player of the Year twice, a big hitting safety? I
guess you could call me that. I'm kind of small, but I like to hit a lot.
Yeah, but it's more fun playing flag and catching passes and scoring touchdowns, isn't it?
No.
You're going to play 10 questions with me. You said you'd play my game.
Yes, I would.
Usually when we have the high school kids on, we like to play 10 questions.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play today with Robert. Question number 1, your favorite subject in school?
I like math.
You see, that's why he's going to go a long way, because it's all the math guys just walk right through college and do great. Your favorite type of music?
I really enjoy rock.
Old classic rock?
Yeah, for sure.
Like Def Leppard, like Led Zeppelin, Van Halen?
All that.
My kind of guy. Your favorite entertainer of all time?
I really like Seth Rogen.
Oh, did you see the end?
The end, no.
Oh, you got to go. It's just nuts. That's one of my favorite movies. What's your favorite movie?
I really enjoy The Great Gatsby with starring Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, wow. Favorite TV show? I'll go back one. Did you read the book?
No, I didn't read the book. Okay. It was a phenomenal movie.
Great movie. Favorite TV show?
I really enjoy Sports Center.
Favorite sport outside of football?
Basketball, for sure.
And you play basketball, of course, at St. Paul's. What do you like to do when you're not playing football or basketball?
I like to work out, for sure.
Yeah, that's a typical football answer. Just about every football guy's giving me the same answer. Favorite sports team?
I really enjoy the Philadelphia Eagles.
Really?
Yeah.
Michael Vick?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm a big Vick fan too, but not many guys have said Eagles. And your favorite athlete?
I really appreciate Ronnie Lott.
Yeah, he was a player. He hit big.
He did.
He hit big. Our final, number 10 question, and the biggest question of all, the most important one.
Yeah.
Betty or Veronica?
Betty.
Bingo, another Betty. Chalk that one up. Robert, you've been great. And have a great rest of the season.
Thank you.
And congratulations on everything you've done so far. Robert Lucier, defensive back, St. Paul's Crusaders, also with the provincial flag team, also with Winnipeg West and the provincial under-16 team. Great athlete, great young man, lots of fun. Go see the Crusaders play. When we come back, we've got lots more. I think we have Coach Dan coming up at some point in time. This is The Huddle here on Shaw TV. Hi, welcome back to The Huddle. Scott Taylor at the far end, the coach of the year last year. My friend, Coach Dan Nordmann, from the North Winnipeg Nomads. And in the middle, somebody I just met today for the first time, the quarterback of the Nomads Bantams, Riley Francie. Riley, welcome.
Thanks.
You're having a good year.
Yes.
Tell us all about it.
We're a younger team this year, but it's clearly not that obvious. Like we're 7-1 this year. We're rolling into the playoffs with confidence, but not cocky, and just from the leadership.
Well, you lost your first game of the year to the Mustangs, 18-50. You started out on the wrong end. Do you think, as you look back now, that helped you?
In a sense, maybe, because I think from those younger guys winning the championship last year, it was kind of that.
And walking away with it.
Yeah, I think that it was a good tone setter for the year, showing the competition that we were going to have, and I think that it was just a good starting point for us to show where we have to be and when we're going to have to be there.
I interviewed Riley Williams, your running back, who of course came from Pee Wee, and the first thing out of his mouth was, "We're playing a lot tougher guys this year." It's really a different step from Pee Wee.
It is, yeah. It's a big difference from the Pee Wee level to the Bantam level.
Now you've come up with a lot of these kids,
yeah,
like right from when they were 7 and 8 years old.
Yeah.
So what's the progression been like, and how many guys have you stayed with over all the years?
We've since I've probably had about 14 of them since they're 8, 9 years old. So from the Terminator Adam division, so I've kept about that nucleus of about 14 kids. And of course, some of them, there have been that we've lost that stayed for a couple of years and have moved on, and then there's some that we've picked up in the Pee Wee ranks. Like Riley Williams, for example, he was a walk-on basically. I like to call it at Adam. And he played offensive line at the start of the year, and then we moved him to the tight end, and eventually to fullback, and then just worked with him in the off season. And Pee Wee was his first year. Pee Wee was actually his first year as a running back. So, tell me, Riley, when did you start playing, and why did you start playing?
I started playing when I was around 7 or 8 years old. I knew I had my parents saw the tough mentality I had, so they figured throw him against the guy and throw some pads on him. So, I mean. Yeah, I love.
So they could have had you play rugby. There could have been no pads.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
When did you become a quarterback?
This year.
So this is your first year as a QB.
This is my first year.
What did you play last year?
I played running back and middle linebacker.
There's a combination.
Yeah.
Of course, that only happens in Bantam football, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I'd probably say he is probably the toughest quarterback out there. I mean, when we talk about when he runs the ball or when he has to keep, I mean, he's laying the hit. He's laying the hit. So.
We've talked often about the teams you've had at North Winnipeg, and where would you stack this one up with some of the best you've had? Because last year's team, as a Pee Wee team, was pretty remarkable.
I like this year's team. Last year's team was great. They were special. There was a group of kids, but this team, they've really come together as a team, and they understand how that Bantam, that next level is tougher. And they've really stepped up to it, and this is tough games. It's not like last year where we went undefeated.
Right.
Every game, I mean, we've had a few shutouts this year. Our defense has stepped up, but it's not where it's one possession, one score. I mean, we're in battles, we're in drives, and they play very well as a team this year. And at the Bantam level, you really need that.
Okay, so where are we going now? You're 7-1. You've won one playoff game.
Yep.
What's next? What's coming up the next couple of weeks? Because championship weekend is the 26th and 27th.
Yeah, we have the quarterfinals coming up this weekend, and then from there, we win. If we win, we move to the semifinals, and then.
And that's not going to be an easy game.
No, these next two games are going to be very difficult. I mean, it's the team Saturday that we're playing Transcona Nationals. They're in third place in the Saturday division. We were second in the Sunday division. So it's a battle against 2 versus 3. So, I mean, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be hard. They're a tough team. We're a tough team. So it's going to be a good game. So.
Well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Riley's going to play my game.
Yes.
It's 10 questions time.
10 questions.
Okay, Riley. Favorite subject in school?
Is gym class a subject?
Sure, it counts.
All right.
Where do you go to school?
I go to Garden City Collegiate.
Gym class is probably real
class is
good. Your favorite music?
Probably rock and roll.
Really old rock?
Yeah, like the 80s, yeah.
Do ya?
Yeah, oh yeah.
My kind of guy.
AC/DC, yeah.
My kind of guy.
Yeah.
Your favorite entertainer?
My favorite entertainer, Adam Sandler.
Sure, that works.
Oh,
Favorite movie of all time?
The A-Team.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the first vote for the A-Team, the first ever.
Yeah.
Favorite TV show?
Favorite TV? The Big Bang Theory.
I like this kid. That's my favorite. Your favorite sport to play outside of football?
Probably baseball.
Well, that's even better.
Yeah.
That's
Very
even
good
better.
baseball
Hey, Gold
player.
Eyes.
AAA baseball.
What do you like to do when you're not playing sports?
I usually have a lot of homework. There's
Well, yeah, gym class.
Yeah.
A lot of homework in
But
gym
yeah,
class.
working out. And
Your favorite
that
sports
kind
team?
of- Probably the Baltimore Ravens.
Good choice. Favorite athlete?
Ray Lewis.
Wow. Betty or Veronica?
I'm a Betty man. That's
He's a Veronica man. I know that. He's told me that. Thanks. You're good fun. Guys, good luck.
Thank you
Play
very
great.
much.
Nice
for
to have
having
you on
us.
again. Dan Nordmann, last year's coach of the year, now the Bantam coach with the North Winnipeg Nomads, and Riley Francie, the quarterback of the Nomads Bantams. They play this weekend against the Transcona Nationals in the playoffs. This is The Huddle. We'll be back. We've got lots more coming up. It's community created on Shaw TV. I am once again exhausted. This was a very, very difficult show. And it wasn't that difficult. The kids were great.
They were.
I am a gigantic fan of Coach Dan's football team. I have to admit it. They're a nice Bantam team. There are other great Bantam teams, and it's going to be tough for them down the playoffs. Certainly with St. Vital, the team that beat them.
It was good to see all the head coaches come out here and talk about the end of the season. Championship weekend's coming right around the corner.
October 26th and 27th, Investors Group Field. Get your tickets now.
He's crossing his fingers. He's really hoping that they get in. They have a fantastic football team, but you know what? They're finding a lot of more competition from what it was back when he had them in the Pee Wee ranks.
One other thing I want to say before we leave today. The latest edition of the Huddle magazine is out. Shawarma Khan has a bunch. And Joe Daly Sports Cards, 513 St. Mary's. Joe Daly Sports Cards. Go there. Get your copy of the Huddle magazine. It's cheap. And it's got a buck on the copy. And you got some Cruncher stuff coming up.
That's right.
It's going to be great. John Mackey, Scott Taylor. This has been the Huddle. We'll see you all next week. And remember, Championship Weekend, October 26th, 27th, Investors Group Field. See you next week.
The Huddle is brought to you by Canadians Destination Centre Fort Garry, Tavern United Fort Garry, a new World Sports Cup. Watch your favorite games on 2 brand new 70-inch monitors on our patio located at 1824 Pembina Highway in Winnipeg, Manitoba.